This episode of Designing Minds features Young Guns winners Wyeth Hansen and Ryan Dunn of Labor. From experimental music videos to design creation software for Google, they are the new face of do-it-all design.
I'm Ryan Dunn.
And I'm Wyeth Hansen, and we're Labor.
And we're on Designing Minds.
I don't know why we gravitated towards working with each other, because we were pretty different at that point. Still are. But by the time we got to, say, like junior year, we were getting interested in doing other stuff like video and sound.
When we first moved to New York and, got this first project, it was the first Move, AIGA Move conference package that we did.
Doing the very first Move project, like Ryan said, was the first big collaborative thing we did. Designed a custom typeface, and I made the poster, did the signage, and then we did a bunch of videos for each speaker. In the years past, they had sort of these templated things, whereas each person we made a little mini narrative. It was exhausting, but really satisfying. First one we did, which is for the Mobius band, called Loving Sounds of Static. It's a very effects-heavy piece. And this was our first sort of directing thing, aside from making very tiny videos. We went through, again, sort of a long ideation process and got to this idea of, okay, well, the song is kind of about leaving a place in your life and not being able to go back to it. And so it just became all these weird kind of optical rooms. We had just a very basic DV camera, one person helping us.
This was not right. It's a losing fight.
Didn't know anything about lighting, didn't know anything about cinematography, had a very, very rough shot list. The band didn't really want to be in the video. We had to convince them about it. And then they're like, what do we do? And I'm like, you're going to walk from there to there. I'm like, okay, and then you're going to look up over there. Now imagine that there's a door in front of you. You're going to go like this.
You'll lose somehow.
The band liked it and they felt a lot better and asked us to do a second one, which we did no effects. And the band is far more comfortable just based on their experience the first time around.
Yeah, it's fun kind of growing up with collaborators like that.
Anything that hasn't passed the test by 1996.
To give our creativity to a computer so that any advertiser can plug in some stuff. Hit make, and it'll make an ad that will fit into the exact placement they've bought. It's all pre-flighted, it's all ready to go to press.
He's been translating what we do as designers into an algorithm or a series of codes so that somebody somewhere can have their stuff automatically be designed.
You're effectively designing without content, and that's a pretty difficult thing to wrap your head around because you always start with content. Someone always gives you a text document and you're just like, oh, I'll make it fit. 10 years ago, you you had to be specialized because, you know, film equipment was $1 billion and, you know, audio studio was like so crazy. You know, so much now can just be done at home, or, you know, can be done on your laptop when you're like on the move. And that's, I guess, basically why we kind of are where we are right now, is because we were taking, you know, a camcorder off the shelf, and we're taking, you know, software that comes with the computer and making stuff, and making like stuff that goes into real production.
If the best way to tell this idea is a song, then write a song. If it needs to be a paper, write a paper. If it needs to be a short film, you make a short film.
We're not saying it's a graphic design studio. We're not saying we're filmmakers. We're not saying we're directors. We're just a creative office that, you know, can kind of do it all under one umbrella.
Log on next week when Keitra Dean Dixon gets tricky with a photo booth.